Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, dear beloved teacher, beloved Sangha, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on this auspicious day as we celebrate our Venerable Abbot's continuation day, his birthday. And so today we have a semi-formal service. It's a little bit more special service than usual. So just to kind of quickly go over what to expect for those of you who are coming here for the first time, or at least the first time for this event. We will typically offer a prayer of blessing and longevity and gratitude toward the teacher. So we'll do that as a Sangha after I've completed my piece. So all of you have a sheet of paper that when time comes we will recite together for our Venerable Teacher. And then after that we will, for those of you that wish to participate, may come up and offer the Venerable Teacher a flower. So you'll just pick up a flower and offer it to the Venerable. And then after that we will go into chanting. Today we'll be reciting the aspiration of Samantabhadra Sutra, which is a little bit longer than our normal service, but it is a very beautiful sutra to read. It does aspire us to think of our deeds in life, to continue doing good deeds and to prevent bad deeds from happening. And also gives us the aspiration to become like a bodhisattva and to help all sentient beings and to complete our spiritual aspirations. And so we chant that to remind ourselves to continue our practice diligently. And then after that, after this service, you're more than welcome to join us for cake. We have plenty of it. I've been craving all day, so I am very excited. So I hope everyone will enjoy today's service. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. To our beloved Venerable Teacher, Most Venerable Tikfokwan, the Sangha has assembled today to wish you joy, happiness, peace, and longevity on your day of continuation in this world and life. The Sangha, your students and disciples, have gathered to offer you prayers of happiness and health so that you may continue to teach us the ways of the three jewels in the Buddha Dharma. We pray that you may achieve your spiritual aspirations and vows and continue to show us the way of loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity. May we always remember your fundamental teachings and guidance to live as bodhisattvas and continue our path toward freedom and liberation. As your disciples, because of you, we vow to practice diligently the path of eradicating our ignorance, greed, and anger, and developing compassion, generosity, and wisdom. We vow to continue your practices for future generations and to help all those who seek freedom from suffering. As heirs to this temple, we promise to uphold and maintain the sacred ground and continue your legacy in this world until the end of our lives. From your humble Sangha, please accept our bowing and prayer. Namo Amitabha Buddha. Now if all would please rise and grab your sheets of prayer to prayer with the teacher. First we'll invoke the Buddha's name 3 times. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Please kneel if you're able to, or sit down. Please join me in reciting this prayer. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo to our most venerable teacher, Tikfor. We offer you our prayers of fervent devotion. We pray for your long health, peace, and happiness. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you be free from ignorance, greed, and anger and their causes. May you continue to shine light and help all sentient beings gain great wisdom and compassion. May you continue to open our hearts and our minds for the benefit of all beings. With folded hands, we beseech you to remain in this world for as many eons as there are atoms in all the pure lands to continue to turn the peerless wheel of Dharma. Happiness of all living beings. May all your holy wishes and vows be fulfilled and known in all 10 directions. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, our fundamental teacher and guide of the Buddha Dharma. Namo Amitabha Buddha, may you reside in this land of ultimate bliss until your nirvana. Namo Medicine Buddha, may he grant you a long and healthy life of wisdom. Namo Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, may his great compassion and love continue to flow through you and into the world. Namo Manjushri Bodhisattva, may you continue to spread the great Buddha Dharma wisdom to all sentient beings. Namo Samantabhadra Bodhisattva, may we aspire to emulate his greatness and transfer our merits for the benefit of all sentient beings. Namo Kshitigarbha Bodhisattva, may his vow to liberate all beings from hell grant us the courage to do the same with your guidance. Namo to all great masters and sages of the past, present, and future. Namo to the Deva guarding Bodhisattvas. May they continue to watch and protect our holy temple for the benefit of all beings. Namo to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in the 10 directions and the 3 periods of time. May they shower you, our venerable teacher, with their blessings so that your aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. And may we carry out these aspirations in all directions so that your teachings may carry on till the end of time. Namo Most Venerable Master Tikfor Kwan. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Now, if everyone would like to offer the Venerable an offering, please rise and form a line to offer him a flower. Shakyamuni Buddha. As an extra special offering, two of our most senior members, Nita and Leon, would like to offer the Venerable Teacher a few words.
I'll take my mask off. Okay, are you sure? Okay. So when Quan Chi told us to write something about our Venerable Teacher, I was immediately like, oh no, I have to talk in front of people. And then my other concern was, how am I going to really sum up the numerous lessons you have given us? You have guided us over many years into trying to put that into just one important lesson or one important story, I thought was really not an easy thing to do, practically impossible. So many moons back, and a few gray hairs back, I decided that the religion that I was following was not particularly right for me. And so there was many years, I've been studying, trying to look for something to decide my path. And it led me eventually to Buddhism. The big question I had was which one I should study and where should I go? That question was answered when me and my two boys, one is here, Devin, they were much younger at the time, walked into the temple. And we were immediately greeted by your mother. And she sat us down to meditate. So it was at first a little bit awkward. We weren't quite sure what to do. This was our first experience. So we didn't know what to do, but we followed her lead. And I think for me, a sort of sense of calmness and belonging came kind of washing over me. And I understood at that moment that this was the place that I needed to be. So when we come for our first lesson, you started to teach us about loving kindness and loving compassion and the very basis of Mahayana Buddhism. And I'm pretty sure that you probably had another lesson in mind, because I've witnessed this many years over. When he notices somebody new in the audience, I think he immediately changes his plans from what he was going to teach. I think in order to make us feel more comfortable and welcomed here, he changes it and he talks about the very foundation of Buddhism, of our Buddhism, loving compassion and loving kindness, making us all feel welcome, making us not feel like, oh, what are we doing here? We don't know, what he's talking about. And he puts it in a way that brings us all at ease and all at comfort. And so I know he's done this because I witnessed it many times. When he sees a new face in the building, I see the lesson start about what it means to be Buddhism, what it means to come into Buddhism. So, knowing you are our esteemed teacher and coming here to this family, the Sangha, has put me on the right path, the path that I am supposed to lead. And from all of the people that you have taught, even though some have left, like my oldest son, who has gone off to be in Germany, those seeds have been planted. There's many, many seeds that are coming just from your teachings and from the years of wisdom you have brought us. And those seeds hopefully are spreading all over the place, by our actions, by our movements, by our thoughts, and by what we speak and say. So I would like to acknowledge to all of these people here who might not know much about our Venerable Teacher, about the amount of joy, the amount of contemplation and thought, and the amount of meaning that you have brought to me and to everyone who has crossed your path. Hopefully that you will be here to teach us for many, many more years to come. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha.
Thank you, Mita. See if I can take my mask off without flipping my glasses on. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm truly blessed to be with you on this special day and to have the chance to say a few words as we celebrate our wonderful teacher's 84th trip around the sun. Many of you are probably wondering how many trips around the sun. 84 wonderful years. For those who don't know me, I'm Leon Bryant. I've been a member of the Sangha since 2016. I first encountered Buddhism as a teenager during the tumultuous 1960s. But like many people in the West, my practice has mostly been self-study based on reading and contemplation. I always knew there was more to Buddhist practice. But how do I connect with it? In the study of Buddhism, it is said that when you are ready, the teacher will appear. That is exactly what happened in my life. I had a life event, a crisis, in 2015, and I was moved the next year to listen to the little voice in my head telling me that it was time to make an earnest effort to deepen my understanding of Buddhism. So I began searching for a temple or Buddhist center in San Antonio. I drove to this temple one day and immediately felt something special just being on the grounds. It was my first time here. I didn't speak with anyone that day, but I decided I would come back the following Sunday and attend a service. I opened the door, walked in, and I immediately caught teacher's gaze. He smiled back at me as if we were lifelong friends. I knew at that moment I was home. Today, I am feeling extremely grateful. Teacher always reminds us that being born as a human being is a very precious gift. As humans, we have the unique opportunity to understand the Dharma and work to improve ourselves so that we may, in turn, provide support and assistance to others. I'm also grateful that we have the opportunity to be in the company of monks and nuns and to have a beautiful new shrine for our practice. But I think the most important thing that teacher has taught all of us, is that our actions, the way we live our lives moment by moment in the world, are the most important part of practice. Teacher, your life of dedication and service to others is your greatest lesson. You always tell us to set our GPS in order to help us stay on track. You are our GPS, teacher. You teach us through the exemplary way you live and conduct yourself. You are very precious to us, and we are happy that we have the opportunity today to let you know how much we love you and appreciate you. Happy birthday, teacher. May you be safe and freed from mental and physical pain. May you be peaceful and at ease. May the year ahead be happy and productive. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.
Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Will the Venerable Teacher, with great virtue, out of compassion for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach us how to end suffering and attain bliss, and end birth and death, and quickly realize nirvana. In accordance with the interests and the faculty of the sentient beings in this assembly, please turn the wheel of Dharma of the small, great, and common vehicles. With palms joined in reverence, we request a favor. Beings are here with but little dust in their eyes. Teach the Dharma out of compassion for them. Namo Shakyamuni Buddham.
Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. I'm grateful to Buddha, our fundamental teacher. I'm grateful to all of you. You help me and you help this temple to be here and to grow. And the legacy is our legacy, okay? It's for all of us. We build this temple, we maintain this temple, we consolidate this institution for the future generation. I look on these young people like Christopher, Jim Ming. They are the future. And I talked to Master Quang Chi. I hope that we can train more American monks and nuns so they can spread Buddhism. Because Buddhism is a wonderful religion. It's a very comprehensive. It's not only religion, philosophy of life, the common sense. But we practice loving kindness, loving compassion. And we are grateful to this country. This country is a wonderful country. We need to do something more for our society here. And Buddha teaches us the best way to practice Buddhism is to serve the people. We don't practice Buddhism just by the form, by bowing to Buddha, by donation, by service, by chanting. We practice by serving human beings, by serving the ecosystem, by protecting Mother Earth, by doing the good citizenship, because we have to be grateful for this nation. We are here and we benefit from the protection we have, benefit we have. We need to maintain it. We need to let all the people benefit the one we have. So sharing in Buddhism is extremely important, okay? To me, I'm 84, but time will go and I will pass it. And I hope that the future generation, they will maintain it. They will spread Buddhism. They make people understand Buddhism. The wonderful Dharma, they teach people how to be good people. Buddha say this one, you don't have to be Buddhist, to be Bodhisattva, to be Buddha. You can be anything. You practice to be a good person. You are a Buddhist per se, okay? So Buddhism is the way how you do your action, how you serve the other people. Not only the people, all the sentient beings. We need to be kind to all of them and kind to them to like our own family, okay? If you love family, love the other people, love all the sentient beings. And that's the way Buddhist people have to be, okay? And one more time, I thank all of you, okay? Without you, we don't have this temple, okay? And the temple grow bigger and better every day. And after I pass it, this institution continue to grow. And we hope more good monks and good nuns will serve this temple. And the Sangha, according to the Mahayana tradition, is not comprised only monk and nun. It's all the practitioners, all the people, they come to serve and to help develop this institution. They are Sangha, okay? So when you bow to Buddha, that's a symbol. And the Dharma, the teaching, and the Sangha, that means yourself. In our Buddhism, it's a self-respect. We respect each other, we respect ourselves, mutual respect, okay? Doesn't mean you have to respect monk and nun. We respect you. We respect all of you because you are very meritorious and you are very beneficial for everybody. So one more time, I want to thank all of you. Thank all things you do for me. It's an honor for me, but I want to deserve it. To deserve your respect by doing a little bit more every day. And in Buddhism, they call tu in the Vietnamese. That means to change, to transform yourself, to get better every day. We are so imperfect, so we try to improve ourselves daily, gradually. Hopefully, every day we lessen the badness and we improve a little bit the goodness. If we keep improving, that means you too, we cultivate ourselves. That's the way to practice Buddhism. We don't say that we are Buddhist, we are a good person. We learn how to be a better person. To better ourselves, it's the way to practice Buddhism. One more time, thank you all of you. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.
Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Dearest Venerable Teacher, the Sangha thanks you for your words of wisdom, and we aspire to uphold our practice diligently, to continue our practice, to continue to serve all those that wish to seek the three jewels. Before we move on to our chanting, I'd like to invite Louis up here to give a few words. He snuck in, but Louis is one of Teacher's first members in his old temple. So among all of us, he is actually the most senior of us all. So I would like to invite him as well.
Thank you. This is unplanned, but back in 2004, my late wife and I were invited by our neighbors, do you want to go to temple with us? And we've been studying Buddhism. We said sure, we had no expectations. But when we walked in the temple, as the other two had mentioned, there was a peace that descended upon us that we had never felt before. And both of us were on the lifetime journeys to discover our spiritual path, which we had not been successful. As soon as we walked in the temple, we felt that peace that we had craved our entire life. And we met the teacher and such beautiful people, the monks that we met, the teacher, the other members of the temple, such beautiful people. We were inspired. We went back. We were among the first small group of Americans that were taking the precepts. And I want to say that you and your teachings and Buddhism have changed my life. So I'm on a 17-year journey and it's been joyful.
In the old temple in northeast side of town. I've been there over 10 years. And we just have a first group of American members come. I remember the first one is Dennis Estrada. He's a major in the U.S. Army. And he's been going everywhere in South Korea. And then he found me. He called me, he asked me, you accept me as a student? I said, yes. And he's the one, and then we formed the group. And when I moved to this new temple here in 2007, and We form it, and the American group come back again here. So we have overall over 1,000 American members. I'm so happy. I think the group keep growing, and we have more and more people. They understand that they enjoy the studying together. I didn't say I teach you Buddhism. We just practice together. We study together. The fundamental teacher is Sakyamuni Buddha. I'm just one student like you, okay? I'm his student, and we all his student. We learn together. We enjoy the learning. We practice his teaching, the Dharma. It's so profound, so wonderful. They say, have two saying. It's a blessing for us to be blessed, to be born as human being, because the only human being, we have a human intelligence. We can study, we can learn, we can elevate ourselves. Animals, they're intelligent, but they don't have that capability. So we are very fortunate to be able to learn and to grow and to study. And the second blessing is to meet the Dharma, the wonderful teaching. It makes our life more meaningful. That's the two blessings.
Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. We will go now into the chanting for the service. We'll be chanting the aspirations of Samantabhadra, Bodhisattva. As we chant, we hope that we're able to chant with mindfulness and contemplation, not just with the words of the sutra, but also with the words of our Venerable Teacher today, so that we are able to continue practicing good deeds, eradicating any misdeeds or negative deeds, and to aspire to not just benefit ourselves, but to also benefit all beings as well, in any way, shape, or form that we can. So please rise as we chant the chanting. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Please go to page 281.
Inviting the bell. Bodhi speech and mind in perfect oneness, I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. Listen, listen, this wonderful sound bring me back to my true home. Incense offering in gratitude, we offer this incense to all Buddha and Bodhisattva throughout space and time. May it be fragrant as of herself, reflecting our careful effort, our wholehearted mindfulness, and the fruit of understanding slowly ripening. May we and all beings be companions of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May we awaken opening verse. The incense in the censer is burning on the Dharma in every place. Auspicious clouds appearing, our sincere intention thus fulfilling, as all Buddha now show their perfect body. Homage to the incense cloud canopy, Bodhisattva and great Bodhisattva. Verses for bowing. Homage to the eternally abiding Buddha, the supreme Dharma, and sages Sangha throughout the Dharma and the wrap of empty space and 3 periods of time. Homage to the fundamental teacher Sakyamuni Buddha, Maitreya, or future Buddha, Manjushri, great wisdom Bodhisattva, universal great conduct Bodhisattva, and
and the glorious mountain assembly of Buddha and Bodhisattva.
Homage to Amitabha Buddha in the land of ultimate bliss. Avalokitesvara, great compassion Bodhisattva, great strength Bodhisattva, restore great vow Bodhisattva, and the assembly of great pure Sila Bodhisattva. The great Kapasha mantra. Namo great compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo great compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo great compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo Ratnatrayaya, Namo Aryavalokitesvaraya, Bodhisattvaya, Mahasattvaya, Mahakaronikaya, Om Sadvaravaye, Sudanadasya, Namoskritva Himamanya, Valokitesvararam Dava, Namo Narakindi, Hri Mahavaswami
The Dhamma Bodhi
is bringing morning light and concentration. My heart is at peace, a half smile is born on my lips. This is a new day, and I vow to go through it in mindfulness. The sun of
wisdom arises,
shining in every direction. Noble Sangha diligently
bring your mind into
meditation. Namo Shakyamunaya Buddhaya. Namo Shakyamunaya Buddhaya. Namo Shakyamunaya Buddhaya.
Verses for opening a sutra. The unsurpassed,
Profound and wonderful Dharma is difficult to encounter in hundreds of millions of eons. I now see and hear it, receive and uphold, and I vow to fathom the Tathagata's true meaning. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha.
Namo Samanta Bhadra Bodhisattva.
Namo Samanta Bhadra Bodhisattva. Namo Samanta Bhadra Bodhisattva.
The aspiration Samantrava Bodhisattva with purity of body, speech and mind.
I bow to all the heroic Buddhas of the past, present, and future, without exception, in every world, in all the 10 dimensions. By the power of this aspiration of Samantabhadra, I bow with as many bodies as there are atoms in the pure lands of all those victorious Buddhas. Manifest my mind and I pay homage to all of them. I conceive the entire realm of truth to be completely filled with enlightenment. On each atom I imagine there to be as many Buddhas as atoms in the pure lands. Each Buddha surrounded by many Bodhisattvas. I honor all these blissful lords, praising their perfection with all the sounds of an ocean of varied melodies, an ocean of endless. I offer to those heroic Buddhas the finest flowers, garlands, music, and ointments, excellent canopies, choice lamps, and the best incense. May I perform all the deeds of enlightenment and remember all my lives in all states of existence, and in all my lives after death, my grace.
By the power of
My faith in the deeds of Samantabhadra, I prostrate and praise and fast unequaled offerings to each of the victorious Buddhas. I confess every type of wrong that I have done in thought, word, or deed under the influence of desire, anger, or ignorance. I rejoice in the meritorious deeds of all Buddhas of the 10 directions of Bodhisattvas, Vaiteka Buddhas, Arhats, Shravakas, and sentient beings. I request the enlightened protectors who have attained the detachment of Buddhahood, illuminated the worlds of the 10 directions to turn the peerless this wheel of Dharma with folded hands. I beseech those who intend to manifest the final nirvana to remain for as many eons as there are atoms in all the pure lands, for the benefit and happiness of all living beings. May whatever small amount of virtue I may have gained from prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, request, and beseeching be dedicated to attaining perfect enlightenment. May I worship the Buddhas of the past and those now present in the worlds of the 10 directions. May those who come quickly to fulfill their aspiration and reach Buddha, versing the stages of enlightenment. May all the worlds of the 10 directions become pure and filled with bodhisattvas and victorious Buddhas who proceed royal tree of enlightenment. May all living beings in the 10 directions always be happy and free of sickness. May the display of the Dharma be in harmony with the needs of all living beings and fulfill their hopes. May I perform all the deeds of enlightenment and remember all my lives in all states of existence and in all my lives after migration and rebirth. May I always embrace spiritual life. May I follow all the victorious Buddhas and perfect all the Samantabhadra, pure in the immaculate deeds of morality. May my conduct always be flawless and without fault. May I teach the Dharma in every tongue and whatever sounds are understood. Beings in the language of the gods, nagas, demons, spirits, and human beings. May I always diligently and patiently perform the perfections. May I never disregard my intention to attain enlightenment and completely remove whatever false mayhaps, freed from karma, defilement, and actions of demons as the lotus is unsoiled. So in every rebirth in the world may I proceed unhindered like the sun and moon in the clear sky throughout all the lands in all the directions. May the sufferings of the lower realms be complete, establishing beings in happiness. May I work for the benefit of all living beings, fully accomplishing the activities of enlightenment. May I work in harmony with the activities of all beings. May I and demonstrate the deeds of Samantabhadra throughout all future eons. May I associate with those whose activities are similar to mine. May we act alike in thought, word, and deed, and may our aspirations be as one. May those friends who wish to help and also demonstrate the deeds of Samantabhadra always meet me again, and may I never cause them. May I always personally behold the victorious Buddhas, those guardians surrounded by bodhisattvas, and without tiring in all future eons. May I magnificent offerings. May I always uphold the Buddha's sacred Dharma and illuminate the deeds of enlightenment. May I train to Matabhadra in all future eons through rebirth in all states of existence. May I gather endless stores of merit and wisdom. May I be an inexhaustible treasure of all virtues of method, wisdom, concentration, and liberation. May I always behold as many pure lands as there are atoms in inconceivable Buddha sitting in the midst of their bodhisattvas and performing the activities of enlightenment. In this way may I be able to see everywhere, even on every mote of dust, countless Buddhas of the past, present, and future, limitless pure lands and endless eons. May I always heed the pure speech of the victorious Buddhas with world the totality of the perfect Dharma, and an ocean of words and languages precisely suited to the needs of all living beings. May I possess perfect religion so as to heed the endless melody of speech when the victorious Buddhas of the past, present, and future turn the wheel of Dharma. May I accomplish the Bodhisattva's practice of entering the past, present, and future in a fraction of a second. May I enter all the future eons in a single instant. May I hold all the heroic Buddhas of the past, present, and future in a single instant. May I always perform their activity through the power of liberation from illusion. May I perceive upon a single atom the perfect design of the pure realms of the past, present. Thus may I enter into the realms of the victorious Buddhas in all directions. May the illuminators of the worlds of the future realize the sage of Buddha of turning the wheel and of the profound peace of nirvana. And may I always be in their presence. May I acquire the perfectly accomplished powers of enlightenment, the power of miraculous swiftness, the power of perfection of every spiritual path, and the path of all virtuous qualities. May I acquire the power of all pervasive love, the power of the merit of every virtue, the power of all transcendental wisdom, and the powers of perfect knowledge, method, and of action be utterly purified, the power of passions utterly subdued, the power of demons utterly destroyed, and the power of the deeds of Samantabhadra perfected. May the ocean of lands be purified, the ocean of beings liberated, the ocean of Dharma realized, and the ocean of fully attained. May the ocean of practice be purified, and the oceans of aspirations accomplished. May the oceans of Buddhas be ceaselessly worshipped, and the deeds of enlightenment tirelessly performed. May I come fulfill all perfect aspirations to enlightened activity in order to attain the stage of the victorious Buddhas of the past, present, and future, according to the deeds of Samantabhadra. The eldest son of the victorious Buddhas is called Samantabhadra. I dedicate all these victorious actions and may my body, speech, mind, activities, and environment always be pure, and may I become equal to this excellent aspiration of Samantabhadra. May I tirelessly accomplish the virtuous deeds of Samantabhadra and the aspirations of the Bodhisattva Manjushri throughout all futurity. May there be no limit to my activities. May there be no limit to my virtues through limitless perseverance. May I accomplish all miraculous deeds. The limit of living beings is like the limit of open space. May the limit of my aspiration equal to the limit of their activities and passions. Whoever offers to the victorious Buddhas all the perfect joys of gods and men and the infinite realms of the 10 directions, adorned with jewels for as many eons as there are atoms in those realms. They shall gain great merit, but whoever hears this greatest dedication prayer enlightenment shall gain even higher and holier merit. Whoever recites this aspiration of Samantabhadra will never again endure hellish grief, will abandon all evil friends, and will soon behold the Buddha Amitabha. They will gain all benefits, live in happiness, attain precious human, and soon become like Samantabhadra himself. Even those who in ignorance committed the 5 unredeemable sins will soon be completely purified by reciting this aspiration of Samantabhadra. They will achieve perfect wisdom, a radiant countenance, eternal form, auspicious physical mark, noble birth, profane and devilish beings will not trouble them, and they will be honored in the realms. They will quickly reach the royal tree of enlightenment, residing there to benefit all living beings. As enlightened Buddhas, they will turn the wheel of the Dharma, taming the demonic. Vernos teaches or recites this aspiration of Samantabhadra shall ultimately attain perfect Buddhahood. May none despair of complete enlightenment in whatever way. Valiant Manjushri and Samantabhadra know how to transfer merit, so do I dedicate all of my own virtues that I might through this dedication praise the Supreme by the victorious Buddhas of the past, present, and future. I dedicate all of these roots of virtue to accomplishing the deeds of Samanta. At the moment of my death, may all obscurations be removed, that I may behold the Buddha Amitabha and go to the pure land of perfect bliss. In that blissful land, I completely fulfill all of these aspirations and benefit all beings, as long as the universe remains joyful there in that blessed assembly. The Buddhas, may I be reborn like the holy ones from an exquisite lotus, and may the Buddha Amitabha himself foretell my own enlightenment. May I thereafter accomplish countless benefits for living beings in all the 10 directions by the power of perfect wisdom in its myriad incarnations, through whatever I have gathered by reciting this aspiration of Samantabhadra. May all the virtuous aspirations of living beings be accomplished in a single instant through the boundless merit gained by so dedicating these aspirations of Samantabhadra. Countless beings drowning in the torrent of suffering reach the stage of Amitabha. May the straightest prayers benefit countless living beings. May reciting this ornament of Samantabhadra release all beings from the suffering of the lower realms. Namo Samantabhadra Bodhisattva. Namo Samantabhadra Bodhisattva. Namo Samantabhadra Bodhisattva. The 10 great vows of Bodhisattva Samanta, to worship and respect all Buddhas, to make praises to the thus come ones, to practice profoundly the giving of offerings, to repent and reform all karmic hindrances, to read and follow in merit and virtue, to request that the Dharma will be turned, to request that the Buddhas remain, to always follow the Buddha's teachings, to constantly accord with all living beings, to transfer all merit and virtue universally. Samanta Bhadra Mantra Om Samaya Svam Om Samaya Svam Om Samaya Svam Om Svam Om Samaya Svam Om Samaya Svam Om Samaya Svam.
Of the Panaparamita, the Bodhisattva
Avalokita, while moving in the deep course of Prajnaparamita, shed light on the five skandhas and found them equally empty. After this penetration, he overcame ill-being. Listen, Shadi. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form, form is not other than emptiness, emptiness is not other than form. The same is true with feelings, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. Listen, Shadiput, all dharmas are marked with emptiness. They are neither produced nor destroyed, neither defiled nor immaculate, neither increasing nor decreasing. Therefore, in emptiness there is form nor feelings, no perceptions nor mental formations, nor consciousness, no eye or ear or nose or tongue or body or mind, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realms of elements, no entered origins and no extinction of them, no ill-being, no cause of ill-being, no end of ill-being, and no path, no understanding. Because there is no attainment, the Bodhisattvas ground in Prajnaparamita find no obstacles for their minds. Having no obstacles, they overcome fear, liberating themselves forever from illusion and realizing perfect nirvana. All Buddhas in the past, present, and future arrive at Anuttara Samyak Sambuddhi. Therefore, once that perfect understanding is the highest mantra, the unequaled mantra, the destroyer of ill-being, the incorruptible truth, the mantra of Prajna. Metta should therefore be proclaimed. Gate, gate, para, gate, para, samgate, bodhi, swaha, gate, gate, para, samgate, bodhi, swaha, gate, para, samgate, bodhi, swaha. Namo Amitabhaya Tathagataya Tadyata Amrito Bhavi Amrita Siddham Bhavi Amrita Vikranti Amrita Vikranta Gamini Gagana Kirtakare Swaha. Namo Amitabhaya Gataya Tadyata Amrito Bhavi Amrita Siddham Bhavi Amrita Vikranti Amrita Vikranta Gamini Gagana Kirtakare Swaha. Namo Amitabhaya Tadyata Amrito Bhavi Amrita Siddham Bhavi Amrita Vikranti Amrita Vikranta Gamini Gagana Kirtakare Swaha.
transfer the merit. May all beings
without limit, without end, have a share in the merit just now made, and in whatever other merit I have made. Those who are dear and kind to me, beginning with my mother and father, whom I have seen or never seen, and others neutral or hostile beings established in the cosmos, the three realms, the four modes of birth, with 5, 1, or aggregates wandering on from realm to realm. Know of my dedication of merit, may they themselves rejoice, and if they do not know, may the devas inform by reason of their rejoicing in my gift of merit. May all beings always live happily, free of animosity. May they attain nirvana and the radiance
the three refuges. I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. I take refuge in the Dhamma, the way of understanding and of love. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community
that lives in
harmony and awareness. Dwelling in the refuge of Buddha, I clearly see the path of light and beauty in the world. Dwelling in the refuge of Dhamma, I learn to open many doors on the path of transformation. Dwelling in the refuge of Sangha, shining light that supports me,
keeping my
I practice free of obstruction. Taking refuge in the Buddha, in myself, I aspire to help all people recognize their all awakened nature, realizing the mind of love. Taking refuge in the Dhamma, in myself, I aspire to help all people fully master the ways of practice and work together on the path of liberation. Taking refuge in the Sangha, in myself, I aspire to help all people feel for community, to embrace all beings and support their transformation. Sharing the merit, reciting the sutta, practicing the way of awareness, give rise to benefit without limit. We vow to share the fruit with all beings. We vow to offer tribute to parents, teachers, friends, as beings who give guidance and support along the path.
Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Thank you everyone for going through that long chanting with us. It wasn't too bad for most of everybody. If you'd like to stay around and have some cake and conversation with us, please do so. Most of the Sangha members will be up front here if you'd like to speak to anybody. Our Venerable Teacher will be sitting at the table next in the other room if you'd like to say any words to him as well. So please join us for cake. Thank you. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha.